Hello everybody, I'm James Quattro, and welcome to another week of Riding with Quattro. We've got a lot to talk about this week. We got some beautiful weather. Seems to be an every other week theme right now, but hopefully as we head into spring now, that'll just continue. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Please leave your comments below. Any feedback, comments, what do you want to talk about? Responses to what I am talking about. I love the feedback. Please share it. We are really struggling with getting views on these particular videos, so please help me spread it around. I'd like to continue to talk about NASCAR, car things, whatever is on my mind. And it's going to take people actually watching the videos for that to happen. So I'm going to keep making them. Just please keep watching them. Unfortunately, today is going to be a lot of talk about the drama on and off the track. It's really disappointing because I think it should be more about the racing and less about all the unnecessary drama that seems to surround each and every race lately. I don't know, obviously we're not in those rooms, we're not in those meetings, we are not in the circle that is NASCAR and its inner circle, but I am kind of detecting a whole lot of animosity between drivers and teams and the NASCAR sanctioning body, and it really is a shame. I don't know. It seems to be getting more headlines than the actual product on the track, and that's really unfortunate. It's especially unfortunate for NASCAR itself. They're going to start losing a lot of the fans that really don't care about the drama, that just want the racing. And there's just been a ton of drama that just doesn't seem to give up. And from what I can see, doesn't appear to be giving up anytime soon. So I don't know what the whole backstory is. The drivers, the owners, they understand it more than I do. But unfortunately, that's going to be a lot of the topic today in this episode. So let's talk about the Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain fiasco, I think is the proper term. I am all for the drivers going out and speaking their mind. I think the drivers have the right to do that. I think as fans, it really does add something to us to be able to tap into our favorite drivers' mindset on different topics. I was very, very happy to see when Denny Hamlin created his Actions Detrimental podcast. I listened to them. I've not listened to this week's yet. And it's really unfortunate that NASCAR is trying to muzzle a driver who is doing just that. Should he have gone on the air and said, "Yeah, I meant to do it"? I don't know. I really don't know. Should he be allowed to go on there and speak his mind? Yes. I think he pushed it a little too far when he went on there and said he did it on purpose. But the more I think about it, and the more I read into it, it's not like he was driving on a straightaway, cranked the wheel hard right, and took the guy out. All he said is, I came in this corner too hard. I knew I was going to lose a whole bunch of spots. And I was not... Now, he didn't say this exactly, but this is essentially the reality, from what I've been gathering. That he had the opportunity to lift and maybe lose more spots, or lean into Ross Chastain with the hope that maybe in doing so he could save his day at the expense of Ross Chastain. And with the way Ross Chastain races, I think if he could have enhanced his position at the expense of Ross Chastain, I think that's what the way he meant to word it. And maybe not. I shouldn't be putting words in his mouth. But maybe he would have felt a little bit of satisfaction from that reality. Unfortunately, it did not work out the way he had hoped, and he ruined both their days. But I don't think that was necessarily his intention. Should NASCAR fine a driver for something that they say days later? Absolutely not. Imagine this. Imagine in the NCAA bracket this weekend, one of the teams fouls the other team, but the refs don't see it. And on Monday, one of the players tweets, "Man, I'm so glad I got away with this foul. It helped us win the game." And then the NCAA sees that and says, "Well, we didn't catch it at the time. However, since you admitted it, and in our opinion, you gained these spots these points because of the foul, we're going to subtract out those points, and we're going to give the other team the 2 points that they could have potentially gotten from doing free throws." How would that go? Now, that's not exactly apples for apples, because Denny Hamlin did not benefit from his actions. Maybe he could have, but he didn't. But imagine Ball and Stick Sports going and officiating after the game. I don't know. I think it is a rabbit hole that they have gone down that is just not good for anybody. So, take from that what you will. Leave in the comments below how you feel about that topic. And then we're going to continue to go on to the NASCAR drama with the Hendrick penalty. I am hoping, today's Tuesday, that we hear today or tomorrow that the penalty has been overturned by the appeals court. And here's why. Those louvers that were confiscated from the race were never used in competition at all. Before practice, NASCAR did a voluntary inspection on the vehicles. Now, if it's voluntary, I don't know exactly what that means. Does that mean that Hendrick requested it? Did it mean that NASCAR said, if you want to, we can inspect the vehicles? I don't know why they would have voluntarily had their vehicles inspected before. But NASCAR found in this voluntary inspection before practice that these louvers were modified, and they allowed them to practice with these louvers because they couldn't get replacements fast enough. But for qualifying and racing, they were not used. I don't know how NASCAR can penalize a team for having a part on their vehicle that did not compete, much less the largest combined penalty and fine in NASCAR history. It doesn't make sense, and I really think it is a very unfortunate event, and hopefully the appeals court reverses it, because there is absolutely it's not called for. What, in my opinion, should have happened is they should have done the inspection. The inspector should have said, if those louvers are on that hood in post-race inspection, there will be a grave penalty for your company. I would swap them out, please. And that'd have been it. It was a voluntary pre-practice inspection. We'll see what comes of that. I'm sure we'll continue to talk about it. But in my opinion, regardless of intent, regardless of reasoning for those parts being on the hood in the first place, they never competed. So therefore, it should not have the penalty that was imposed. Let's keep rolling with all this NASCAR drama, and let's go to the Xfinity race. And Josh Williams voluntarily parking his vehicle on the start-finish line after being disqualified from the race. My opinion on this matter is he should receive an indefinite suspension with a reason for his reinstatement being anger management training. Unbelievable. The just gross disrespect to NASCAR for that whole thing is just mind-boggling. And NASCAR needs to come down hard and fast, because otherwise this is going to be a spark that will cause an explosion, especially with what I'm feeling is a huge tension between the drivers and NASCAR. You cannot allow something like this to happen, and the penalties need to be severe. I'm not going to go much more on this because it doesn't deserve the light of day. What he did was just despicable and a huge black eye for NASCAR. Should they have issued the penalty in the first place, which caused him to react in such a childish manner? No. I think that was, unfortunately, a way overreach in NASCAR. Now, should Denny Hamlin have offered to pay the fine, if there is one, for a guy that's sitting there constantly saying nobody has any respect, drivers don't have any respect? And I understand he's probably talking about among the drivers, but to then tell somebody who blatantly disrespected NASCAR in such a fashion, kudos, I'll pay your fine if there is one, good job. As a team owner, at the very least, I understand he's angry at NASCAR. He's still angry about his own personal penalty, but enough is enough. I am just done with it. I'm done with the drama. I want to go to COTA, and I want to enjoy a race, not a drama-filled soap opera. Period. Now, unfortunately, we are almost done here. And the racing itself didn't get any attention from me, and that's unfortunate. I believe the end of that race was one of the best finishes I have seen in a long time. It was amazing to watch Harvick. I'm sorry, not Harvick. Harvick got wrecked by Chastain. He got Chastained. To watch Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski fight it out at the end of that race. First of all, I'm really happy to see Keselowski's doing a lot better this year. That team has come a long way, and hopefully they can continue that momentum through the season. They will get a win if they keep performing the way they are. But that finish was amazing, and it's unfortunate that I spent a majority of this vlog talking about the garbage that is just the drama of the series. Harvick-Chastain incident, the more I watch it, okay, he took the air off his spoiler, but in my opinion, it's still Chastain's fault. He still put himself in a position to cause that incident. Whether, it wants to get spun that way, good on Harvick for not creating more drama in the NASCAR with the whole thing and just saying, you know what, he didn't even touch me. It's just the way the arrow worked. But Chastain still put his car in this position to cause that incident, in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward to the Circuit of the Americas, as we are very quickly running out of time here. The question that I have for you guys, please leave your comments below. Hopefully I get some responses on this. Jenson Button or Kimi Raikkonen, who is going to perform better not going to say win, but who is going to perform better on Sunday between the two Formula One world champions? That's right. Two Formula One world champions in a NASCAR event on Sunday at a Formula One track, Circuit of the Americas, a track that Jenson Button has experience on and has performed very well at. I still think he could be a factor this week. He's in a great car. He is a great driver with a lot of experience in a lot of different cars. So I'm not going to count him out. I will probably have him in at least one of my fantasy teams this week because I think he is going to be a factor if he does not win. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. I want to know, what do you want to talk about? Maybe some tips on the video as far as, what you like, what you don't like. Even something as simple as, man, you're droning on. Just wrap it up. I want to know what you think because I would like for these to get better and grow. And until next time, see you later.